Welcome in. I thought I'd be ready. I'm still getting ready. I put down this cool mat that Bird got me. I think, oh my goodness, who did he get it from? I should tape a sticker under it. It's a cool mouse pad, but fits your 1/64 scale cars on it. Let's check it out. We got the green CRX EK9 with a Hello Kitty and Drift Girls on it, all right? Drift Girl. You guys know how I love the anime. Get a lot of, all them right there, all JDM cars, all right there. Toyota truck, Porsche, Toyota trucks, Porsche, and Gasser, and why is that upside down? Camaro, American Muscle, Ferrari, Lambos in the back, a little bit of, yeah, don't forget to check out the bin, and you can just tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Oh, here's another Mazda. I need to put some gloves on. I don't want fingerprints all over everything. Yesterday, I'm sorry, I changed the yesterday was my, just a continuation of birthday fun and cars celebration. You only turn 45 once, but you can turn the back of clocks. Just, take care of yourself, and then you can be 26 for a while. I'm kidding. But seriously, you're as old as you feel you are. I think that's my prerogative, if you ask me. But yesterday, I just enjoyed the rest of the day. So I'm sorry I rescheduled the live for today. I don't like to have hard schedules like on your birthday. It's like that's just me though. Other people are like, oh my gosh, you should have. There's that pretty lightning root. I don't know what's that on there. It's like a very dark green. But I still have the same cars. Same cars and some trucks. I should put the trucks, I don't know. Reorganizing stuff. I'll put them on the side. I'll just put them on the side. Like, zombie, get it together. I need to get it together, child. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. I hope you slept well and all the good stuff. That y'all should have a great day every day. Sometimes you don't. It's just a part of the human condition we all have to live with. Not every day could be sunshine and rainbows, but today is actually a nice day outside. It's chilly, but it's nice. On the 2B, the what? How much on the which one? 22B? What is that? Oh, this is, I didn't realize. With all the bells and whistles, it's like, that's a rare card to get. You get in the mystery boxes. I'll do it for starting bid for 20. It is cleared out and has all the interior details, backlights, exhaust, front lights, lenses, interior done. Interiors hand painted, those side mirrors, hand painted chrome taillights. But yeah, I paint all those little details. So it was my birthday yesterday. So yeah, I turned 45, but I still feel 26. So 26. Nobody believes me anyway. So I'm like, all right then. It's funny. My psychiatrist doesn't. He's like, how? I was like, I don't know. Just be happy. He's like, yeah, that's definitely one thing to do. Be happy. Because, wrinkles and all that. You need to be happy. You should be happy. If you can buy Diecast and you have a car and you have a roof over your head and stuff like that, be happy. Appreciate it, And, everybody that can't afford, customs and stuff, it's all good because it is the beginning of the month and, all sorts of bills are due, rent, college bills, and all those things, adulting. But yeah, 45. Yep, 45. The big 45. I was like, I was like, what? I don't even feel 40. I don't even feel 30. But, when we're in our 20s, we're still pretty, we still have a lot of life to live. And I was like, all right, I still feel that way. I still got a life to live, even though I've been through some stuff. But that, you live through it and you keep going forward. That's how I think of it. It's like, you cannot dwell in the past. You dwell in the past, you stay there, and nobody wants to be there. It's like, it's over, it's done with. Let's keep moving forward. And some people don't. They want to stay in those moments of pity, and that's pitiful. I don't like that. People that feel sorry for themselves all the time. Listen, you can feel sorry for yourself sometimes, all right? Something really tragic happens and you're inconsolable. I understand. But other than that, there's no excuse. I don't hear excuses. Just snap out of it. We want our old friend back. But anyways, let me start this up. Yeah, I am 45. I know. Like, yeah, my doctor doesn't even believe me. I just try to stay happy. I drink occasionally, but I don't overdo it. Because and like, I think the key is staying young at heart. Staying young at heart. Don't hold on to those grudges, y'all. Do not. It will make you ugly. It'll give you wrinkles. It will give you heart disease. It does manifest into real things. Like, I don't think people understand this. It's like, so if you hold on to all that stuff, it just can manifest itself into something uglier than an attitude. I'm just saying. Thank you for sharing the live stream. Let me just make sure I'm following everybody, and we'll get. Oh, I need a better phone. I need tech support. But hang on. Let's see. Auctions. 20 seconds. I only have one. These ones came out of the mystery bags, but they didn't come with all the other things, I'm surprised that there's no chipping or anything like that. Nice clear coat over everything, high gloss. I use a UVLS gloss or high gloss, or sometimes I use matte, or sometimes I'll use, different. There's a whole litany of things. I talked about this in full yesterday. UVLS clear gloss, but they have high gloss too. It looks like high gloss. Anyhow, if you bought from yesterday, everything has been sent. It's on its way. Happy day. But yeah, I'm working on a EK9, all sorts of things. Thank you. Get a drink on me. Nice. I will, sir. Thank you so much for the tip. Yeah, I feel like life's too short. Life's too short to just be mad at the world. Right? It just is. You can be mad at the world all you want. Where's that going to bring you? Nowhere. So yesterday we just kind of hung out in here, sold some cars, check out the buy it now for RLCs. One of Bird's Customs, the other one got sold. I sold the Harley and Joker set, that one of a kind set I made. I finished, and somebody just snapped that right up because only one of ones. There's that 1988 CRX. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Welcome in. Yeah, if you need main lines and stuff, there are main lines and other things, premiums and this and that in the buy it now. Also Lego sets, Legos, like the, oh my gosh, what are they? There's a Bugatti one, there's a car one, and two Marvel type of Lego sets. So I think the glove one's like the most expensive one. Like I don't know Marvel comics. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry if I don't know it. I don't have the attention span for it. I just don't. And that's terrible. But I don't know. It just doesn't keep my attention. If you have ADHD, you get it. You get it. Because you bounce around like, yeah. Have an attention span. You don't have an attention span, right? It's just something bright hits your eyes. You're like, oh, what's that? What's that? What kind of car is that? Or I see a car in a movie. I'm like, what's that? 88 CRX. I did end up putting some couple tampos on it just to make it fun and little sassy pants. And that paint does glow in the black light. And I put it clear on it. I did work on the cars yesterday. I just didn't have another show yesterday. Interior does light up in the black light. I know the body outshines the interior, but if you look at them, it looks like it's blacked out, but it's inside is actually painted. Has the Toyo tires on one side. We got all the things on the back, and it's really small, but it says JDM and has the flag and HKS on the side. So let me show you the Honda's CRX. The EK9, all right. Hello Kitty, and the Drift Girl, she's sexy. She kind of looks like Sailor Moon's. I got an EF, and I got the EK9 Type R, EF. I want to keep it out every time I see it. I'm like DX, and it's not. They look alike. It just is. I'm just going to start calling it. And the 1988. So I'll check. Oldest to new, oldest 95, 96, and 20. I think that was in 2016. And I'm working on getting some wheels put on that drift car. That purple drift one. The, not drift car. Sorry. The drag car. The Draggy G. Jesus. Get it together. Also, I made it to a Go Nugget, and I put lenses on her too. Check it out. And the interior is no more red interior. That is real window tint, by the way. All those little details hand painted, sealed with the lights and all the things. Right? Because you remember this car had red interior. Oh, heck no. Side mirrors chromed out. If you shrunk yourself, you can jump in, and gold on gold looks good. I think so. But you can absolutely take it out, and you can try it. I mean, 100% acetone will take off anything. But no, I seal all my cars. I mean, if you don't, unless it's a premium, it's not going to be sealed. So seal in those tampos when you get them, or, you put them on the car. But tampos is another story altogether. Anyways, I made her to super duper. Why not? And I only have one. That's the SI. The SI with no more red interior. It does have the top with the tint, Ezra window tint. You can actually see through it. All right. $25. It comes in a nozzling case. Get you one. I don't have another SI. I mean, I have one in my personal collection, but yeah. And it's gold. I don't know. I don't know why this one was not like the gold nugget, right? Because everybody loves a Civic. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Stereotyping. Lots of people love a Civic. My first car was a hatchback, Honda Civic. 1996, working in the good old days of Revco. Anyways, right? But I'm working on other cars as well as grinding some bottoms of, like, check out that Hemikuda. She's so pretty. The base on that one is metal. Metal on metal. But no more red interior, and all the things are hand painted. I even hand painted those seatbelts. I don't know if it's hard to see. Let's see. You can kind of, there you go. You can see I hand painted them green seatbelts, the lights, the intercooler, right? Exhaust, put a clear coat on there. I didn't have red and black wheels, so I put gold wheels on that gold car. So that's it. That's a custom super treasure hunt to me. I don't know. Fine by me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, she's turning out really pretty, but the when you have her all put together, zombie, geez. The base is metal, so I had to grind that sucker down. It still needs a little more grinding. But that is the base of that Hemikuda. But check this paint out. It's sick. To get it like that, it took some time. And, sometimes it's like, all right, I'm done with you right now. I'm done with you right now, child. Sometimes you're just like, I've had enough of this car today. Or you have to wait for the paint to dry, It's like, or you have to wait for it to cure or whatever, what have you. There's a lot of things to make customs. I was actually putting on some water slides on an EK9, and that one's fun. It's gonna be fun. I mean, I don't like to slather them in tampos, and I need to work on a couple of I just work on everything as I feel fit. So there you go. There's that Mazda Savannah with the lights, seat belts, and the interior glows. All the things. Dual exhaust, okay. The Mazda Savannah. I remember when these just came out in just green, not neon green, just like froggy green. It is neon green. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Well, like I said, I work on a lot of different cars, and it's good to have a good variety of cars. I know y'all love the JDM, and I have another, what is it? Jesus Christ. Neon Speeders. This first version of the Neon Speedsters, the R35. I have another one. Somebody bought one last night. I was like, let me check to see if I have another one. So that is under the buy now. If you're looking for mainlines, premiums, RLCs, I have some M2s in there, Lego sets, and even a Funko Pop. The Spider-Man one. And that one's a bobblehead. All my other ones I have are not. So, anyhow, you let me know what you are looking for. I'll put her up. The Lambo's $25. You can pick which one you want, okay? But all of them glow. All of them glow. All the details. This one is from 1996 or 1997. Hand painted all those little details, interiors, But the car glows super hot. Let me show you. I should just have a black light covering my whole desk, but you know, so it's all good. It's all good. She's pretty, man. That's zombie paint. And these come with the cases they're sitting on top of. And I was going to paint yesterday and I decided I'm just going to enjoy the day. You're allowed to change your mind every once in a while. You're allowed to. If you're not feeling it, your customs are not going to come out good. So if you're not feeling making customs that day, I don't know. But I work from home. This is what I do. I build customs. I'm still working on people's cars. I'm not taking a bunch of new orders unless I have them out already. Like, we drilled a bunch of cars yesterday. And by we, I mean me. But, you know, I have some other Hondas coming up. Look at that. Look at how shiny. And it, like, I wish you guys could see the glitter in that paint. But like I said, I need to put wheels on these things. Pretty ones. There's that Caprice that I drilled yesterday. No, headlights or taillights. And I did paint the interior. I blacked it out. But I also am putting detail. I black it out, then I put the details because it was kind of blasé color. At least paint the dash, or if you don't want to paint the dash, at least the wheel, you know, driver's wheel, something. Chevy step side, purple Chevy step side. Welcome everybody. Hello. I'm not gonna do a long stream today, or maybe. I don't know. I talk a lot. But do check out the bin. I need more stickers to put up here. I have everybody, like most of the people's names inside on my board. I'm rearranging this whole area. This is where I paint all the little details. All the big ones, my paint booth area is in there. So I'm moving all sorts of tools and in and out everywhere. Paints and airbrushes usually stay in there unless I'm cleaning them. I do it out here with all the freaking lights. So because there's little tiny parts that you can lose forever. Just make sure you have something down so you actually can see. If you accidentally drop any of those little tiny things from, you know, your airbrush, it's a lot. It's a lot. I use like gravity fed airbrush. Gravity feeds. I don't like the safe and fed ones. I don't like cleaning the jars. It's way more time consuming just the gravity fed one. Just more to get in trouble, or not get in trouble, like to troubleshoot. That's a good word. I don't have any Nissan Titans. I'm sorry. That's a hard one to come by. That's one I don't even have in my personal collection. That's a hot one. Everybody wants a Nissan Titan. Everybody wants a Nissan hardbody. I mean, not everyone. I need to stop saying that. A lot of people want those ones. And I did have one Nissan hardbody in the buy it now, but it's done been sold. I do have a personal one. It's cool, but you could actually, if you have the time and all the things, you can make your own out of the Matchbox version. Did you guys know? You can. It just takes a lot of cutting, and before you start even think about it, just have a plan, because you're going to have to do a ton of modification. And I'm talking about the white hard body Nissan made by Matchbox. It's the same thing. You just have to do a lot of cutting and sanding and all sorts of things. But who doesn't love a lowrider, right? I'm just saying. Who doesn't love a lowrider? Everybody loves lowriders, as far as I'm concerned. when they're done well, you know. I mean, that's just that's just how I feel about it. That Nissan hardbody, that one right there. They had the teal one, the black one, and the purple one was the mail-in one. I wish I had those to sell, but I just don't. Actually, I'm working on some of the Nissan white the Matchbox version. But you know, if you look at the bodies of them, like they're the same. It's the same. You hold them side by side. It's the same casting and stuff. You just need to do a lot of modification work and a lot of cutting up stuff. There's a way. It's not gonna take you a while, but if you know what you're doing and you have a plan of attack, you can do it. I promise. You can make anything. I'm very much impressed with a lot of work people do. I'm like, ooh, that's cool. I like it. How about that Knight Rider car? Dun, 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 without freaking dust. Knight Rider. Right? Remember the Kit car? Oh my gosh, remember Kit? Car that used to talk. Now we have Teslas. Now we have these computer cars, but that had flashy, weird interior. I don't know. This one is a premium. That one is premium. From the 1980s. Man, look at that. T-top. Nice. Anyways. It's a premium casting. I put better wheels on her because the wheels that came on her were atrocious. They were bad. They looked I don't know. I didn't like them. You know, sometimes your premiums, you don't like the wheels that they have them on, so you change them. But this one had tan interior. It was awful. It was like flesh colored. It was bad. Thank you so much, crazy pothead. But yes, that's the kit car that does light up in the black light. It doesn't if you don't do some things to it. But I use different pigments and paints and chemicals and all sorts of stuff. Hence why I'm wearing gloves, because I do tend to work on customs while I'm talking and selling stuff. But I hope you guys are having a good day. And, you know, Cinco de Mayo is coming up, right? It's just another fun day to, you know, be happy. I mean, I'm too old to. I don't like to be shit faced. I really don't. I don't enjoy that. I like being in my little happy bubble and chilling, eat some good food, hanging out with some good peeps, right? Pray to wake up and that too, because listen, yeah, like the last couple months has been pretty rough, and I'm not saying this in my behalf, but I know people have been going some real stuff. They had to be hospitalized. Oh my gosh, it's so awful. It's so awful. And I used to work as a nurse for 7 years. To be a doctor and all that stuff. And there came some moments I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I hate it. I started hating everybody and everything. I was like, it's time to change your life, because I'm not trying to be Mr. Syrup. I already have too many Mr. Syrups. I'm related to two Mr. Syrups, you know, like how could you, zombie? That's just how family works. Sometimes your family are like the Debbie Downers, the one-uppers, like, oh my God, everything's so bad. It's like, really? What's so bad about your life? That you just got a new house? All right, you have a penthouse in Turkey. I don't want to fucking hear that. Like, shut up. You're just like, you just be quiet, you. Right? I was like, how can you complain if you just bought a house, you have a penthouse in Turkey, you don't have to work, you have beautiful children? It was like, stop it. Stop complaining. I'm not trying to hear that. There's that Nissan 350Z. And I do have the Ronin run in the 300Z twin turbo. The Ronin run in the buy it now. Premiums are in the buy it now. All sorts of things are in the buy it now. Also, the first season of The Blacklist, sealed DVD, the whole first season. And I watched like an episode or something on Netflix. It was not my, it's all the same, just packaged differently. All like sitcoms are pretty much the same. They might just one be bikers or they're, like, I don't know. I work in the medical field, or I worked in the medical field for a very long time, so I could not watch House. I was like, nobody walks around the hospital without their shoes. That's just, there's no doctor I know. Or, if you got your baccalaureate in microbiology, there's no freaking way. There's no, there's no freaking way, Scott, that you'd be walking around without shoes on, because oh my gosh, so many yucky things on that floor. Gross, right? Just that is, and I just can't take those. I can't even enjoy those kind of shows just because I'm critical. It's like, know your stuff. And I don't like sitcoms. I don't have the mental capacity to just sit down and watch. I was like, I need to do something else, like 3 other things. That's just how ADHD mind works. And it's like other people that have this condition, and I have other things, but I use it to your advantage. Always use it to your advantage. That's what I say. That's what I think about that. Type R. Where did I swear, my dog gets hair everywhere. I just vacuum and dusted all the things. Interior, side mirrors, all right. Backlights, all the fun on Red Wheel Riders. It doesn't have a light bar, but I don't know. I like to keep things, at least one car, kind of the same. But paint those little details. Added some headlights, some fog lights, and I only have one. All the other ones are different. It's just like the wagons. Wagon wheel. But I was working on that wagon, cutting out some styrene pieces of plastic. All right. If you want to lower your cars and trucks, or you're trying to do, you want those wheels splayed out. All right. It's a little bit more work than you might think. It's a lot of work you might not think. You can't just slap things back on there. Unless it's already a lowrider, then you can just make your axles and there you go. But if I just open everything. I have to paint the inside. It's just the power of ADHD compels me to do it. And OCPD, obsessive compulsive personality disorder. I mean, OCD, OCPD, OCD's more severe, but I still can't work like normal 9 to 5. I cannot. I wish I could, but that's just not the case. I sleep when I sleep, and this is how I cope with them. This is how I cope with it. I just build some pretty things. I build pretty things. I like to mixing some paints yesterday, all sorts of things. Had a short show. Ate some sushi. My brother and his wife got me pizza. I got fed. So my family's all over the place. They're in New York. They're in California, Virginia, and I'm in Salt Lake City. Not the best place in the whole wide world, but it is what it is. Happy Wheels. I like Happy Wheels too. I like to make my wheels and cars happy. Pretty. Right? Pretty slick. And yeah, today's not gonna be a super long show, just a short show. Just a short one. EK9, all right, there you go. Hello Kitty and Drift Girls, right? Don't be too slow, be fast. Honda EK9, right? Gas, grass, or ass. So that's all I gotta say about that. And yes, those lights do light up, right? Shoo. Slingshot. It's like a laser. Anyhow, get it. It's fun. Actually, this was in my personal collection. I've been working on it. Working on some things. No red interior. All these cars came with red. Every single car, EK9, SI, all, like most of them come with red, stinky red interior. No thanks. I'm good. I'm good. EF, right? This one has the little tiny domo. It says made in Japan, very, very teeny tiny. As in, if you want to be cutting out things, you must use teeny tiny things and use tweezers. Some tweezers. There's a lot of, and besides the water slides, I highly suggest getting this stuff. Put it on, to take it off. Because sometimes we mess up, sharp tweezers, and I like to use like a toothpick or something like that. You put the water slide on the car, and then after it's already coming off after the water application, also put that microsalt on the body of the car. Make sure you degrease it as well first. A little bit of this on there. Put your water slide decal on there when it's after it's coming off in the water, and then you just hold it down and you pull out the bottom paper, and then you adjust as you want it, and then use that Q-tip to roll out the excess water that's under there and excess chemicals, and then do another swipe of that microsalt, and have a dedicated brush for this one and a dedicated brush for the one you take off. And as you can see, I have not needed to use a lot, and I've had those for years. So you just need a tiny bit. It just helps it soften the decals, because some decals are thicker than others. So, so they don't want to bend around curves and stuff like that, because these do have little curves on them, little tiny curves, just like real cars. So if you want that more brushed on effect, but you still need to put a top coat on it, okay? Is that Tiffany teal with all the things, all right? My sister's ex-boyfriend had this car. Actually, this one used to be red. No more red. I mean, I have one in red, but it's not, like I said, in my personal collection, and I didn't even drive it yet. But it's funny because one of the wheels is all, like, it's an error. Like, one of the wheels is all weird. Like, it doesn't have any chrome on it like the other ones. The plastic wheel. But I have a bunch of plastic wheels, y'all. A bunch. What's up, Race Car 66? How you doing? How's it going? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. We're just doing a continuation of yesterday's stream. So like I said, we're just here to have fun with cars, cars, tips and tricks, and a couple other things. I decided what I'm going to do with my Silverado. I could have put zombies on it. I got some zombie tampos, and I was like, I kept looking. I was like, I put it there to sell, and I was like, you know what? I would put some zombies on it. Some zombies on it. Just listen. Just because it's finished doesn't mean you can't go back in there and add more stuff. You can. Just a little wet sand, and a lot of tape off. Said places that you don't want sanded, or you absolutely do not want to wet sand that windshield because she's already sealed. And, clean it, degrease it, and then you can put tampons on it and then seal it over again. But just be careful, like I said, because everything that's taped off, make sure you tape it off really well because stuff can bleed in there. Even clear coat. So, but since it also has a clear coat on there, you want to make sure you sand it a little bit so that decal does adhere to the body and all those different things. So many things to cars. It's a lot of stuff. Like, seriously, I have the Library of Congress inside my head. Just the vehicles, decals, all sorts of knowledge, paints, sealers are not top coats, okay? Lacquers, enamels, polyurethane, acrylic urethanes, car paint, thinners, removers. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. Do not use lacquer thinner to thin out your enamels, okay? Don't do that. But let me see, what else do I got? What else do I have? I made her into a super. That is that custom. Actually, it is now custom Acura NSX GSR. Acura Integra GSR NSX. Honda NSX GSR. My brother had a Acura one of these, but he cried when he had to sell it. It was a newer one. And listen, my brother cannot drive manual. Okay. When I went to visit them in Virginia, I was like, why did you buy this car when you know you cannot drive manual? It's like, you're just wrecking the transmission. Stop it. But yeah. Seat belts are pink. Interior's done. Taillights, exhaust. And I'll put in the card. She's nice. She's nice, good, solid. I'll put her in a nozzle in case I just gotta grab one off one of my other ones. So, there you go. That's a Nissan Acura made into a custom super treasure hunt, but better. Has the lights that light up in the front. Interior's done. All the things are done. Listen, I don't want to half-ass things. It's all or nothing. All or nothing. I know you guys are like, Zombie, I want Silverados. I do. I want them done. I just have to order the wheels and then wait. It's about being patiently waiting. Just because I got to pay those adulting bills first. That's no fun. But it's part of adulting we have to do. Because nobody's going to pay for us. It's like, I never, no, that entitled brat kind of attitude is just negative. Negative, Ghost Rider. I refuse. I was like, where do people get this entitlement from? I don't understand. I don't want to understand, actually. I don't. Just like, be nice. Like, who are you? Stop it. You're just embarrassing. I always say, you're just embarrassing yourself, Nay. I didn't say nothing. It's all good. I'm good. We got that Miata. Taillights, interiors done. You can see all those little tiny features hand painted on the dash, center console, the lights that light up in the black light. No more 3032s and all sorts of things you need to add if you want to put lights in it. You just need a black light, UV light. And you can get those on Amazon. And no, I am not sponsored. I think I have one red one. If it's in the Buy It Now, the main line, the red one from the Japan Origins from Matchbox, the red one. I think I do have one left. I have the whole set. 12 cars, all different, all sorts of cars. Like I said, I like to keep one OG style, and the rest I customize. That's the only Miata I have today. I know. Like, where's all your other stuff? I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. I need to drill some gassers, some Bel Air gassers. Those are ones that everybody loves a Bel Air gasser, right? I think so. But yes, I need to do some things. So, like I said, it's not gonna be a very long show. If you do buy something today, it's gonna go out tomorrow. So everybody that bought yesterday, stuff's already gone out. It's on its way. It's on its way. And yes, if you are in here and you bought yesterday after the show, I already boxed it and sent it out with the other things. Sorry about that. Nissan Neon Speeders. It's not a main line, it's not a premium. I call it the mediums. Like that one and the Honda do not glow. They do not glow in the black light. Neon should glow. So, but those two in that first series of the Neon Speeders do not glow. It's weird. And the only ones that are painted a different color than black, the base color, are the VW and the rally car. The rest are black with tampos. Or the BMW, the last one, is matte black with tampos on it. Just saying. Just FYI, I still remember. I did a review on TikTok. I opened up each and every one every day. Open and tell you about it. Showed you guys what they look like under a black light and all sorts of stuff. But those two they don't glow. Unless you make them glow, you can't. Are there any castings on my wish list? Many a casting on my wish list. I need more GTR 33, 34, 35s, R32s, more Sylvias, more Honda ES, EGs, EK9s, S2000s, Lincoln Continentals, baby. Yes, I'm saying that. All the years of the Impala, all right? Grand Nationals, all the wagons, GTO wagons, Nova wagons, Nissan. I do have some Skyline wagons. I always need more wagons. Evos. I like the older versions, not the newer ones, just because the older ones I think are better quality because it has the lenses. Always a Porsche 911, actually all the Porsches. I have a very long wish list. It's like, if a thing is pretty, I'm going to buy it. All the VWs, even the new ones. I'm not saying I would buy them in real life, but absolutely I would buy all the different castings of all the VWs. I'm a VW girl. I like the German cars. And I don't, Bird has a German car. He's the one with the Mercedes. I have a Honda. Honda Element, to be exact. Yesterday was my birthday, but we're just extending it just because you're only 45 for 365 days of the year. So we're just having fun with it, But yeah, I work on these M2s and stuff like that. I'm working on those as well. So I've customized those. I showed you guys how to take them apart, front bumper, back bumper, those little lights. And just know those windshields are riveted to the top. So if you're trying to take that out, I highly suggest using a hand drill. And if you have questions, I have a whole litany. Thank you so much. Perfect plastic. The Matchbox did make the Honda Element, but it is not a good casting at all. Like, it doesn't want to. It's like the Lexus. I made a gold Lexus LS 400 I need to paint the base black, and I grind down those nubbins a little more, and then I'll find some wheels for it. But that one was the cream looking. It was hideous. I mean, it looks better gold and black. I need to paint the base black also. But after I scrub down those little nubbins to make it flatter, and then I'm gonna tuck those, like, you see how the wheel wells are. These back ones you might have to cut into there so the wheels will stick in there and up, because I'm gonna make her into a lowrider. I'm gonna make her into a lowrider. I need more of these for sure. Malibus, heck yeah, that is my car. And you don't come across these castings a lot. You just don't. So when I see them, I snatch them up. Not everybody likes a lowrider, but I love building them. Even the wagon ones. I need to get some wheels on that. But like I said, I need to order some. You're like, God damn it, Zombie. Yeah, you know what's up in Perfect Plastic, right? Sometimes, like, people think that they could just put wheels on it. It's just not the case. If it's a lowrider already, okay, that's different. But sometimes, you have to grind down inside of those fenders to make it work. And this happens a lot in my personal history with S2000s. Also, if they want those, wheels cambered out, just because those JDM size wheels, like these wheels, and there's a premium, it has stanced wheels. The S2000 has like bigger wheel. That one's weird. A bigger wheel in the back, a big wheel in the back, and a small wheel in the front. I don't remember which premium set it came from. I just remember I took it off of S2000 from a Fast and Furious series premium. But yeah, so these wheels are pretty thin, but usually I have, you might have to grind out a little bit or cut out a little bit of the bottom base if you want to camber out those wheels. And you're going to have 4 you're going to have 4 axles, you're going to have to cut that, make sure it fits, and then make sure you have it all nice and angled and even. So make sure you mark your work, because if you don't, it's going to look all wonky, and it's not, it's going to look like it's on hydraulics. One side might be like this and the other side would be like that. It's hilarious. I have some, yes, I do YouTube. So as I speak, we are streaming right now. I do have some how-to videos, some reviews. I need to make another review, but I only have a telephone, so it's just all one shot. I have no editing equipment at all. So they're really short tutorials and how-tos, and like the whole and all my shows I have on here are on YouTube. So, but I just need to carve out some more time. Because when you're doing it on your phone, I don't have a script or anything like that. So if I want to make a demonstration on how to put tampos on there, I usually have everything already pre-cut and laid out, stuff you already need and all that. So, the other day I did a live stream on here, drilling cars and talking about different paints and what have you. There's so much out there you could use, like paint wise, wheel wise. You can use M2 wheels, okay, on these cars. Just make sure that you bore out the base where you're gonna put those wheels, because those axles are fat. They are fat. They are thick, baby. You see how thin that is? See how thick that is? So if you do put M2 wheels on, there's some M2 wheels that look good on JDM cars. And if it works, hey, why not use them, right? They are rubber tires after all. Same name, yes. Zombiegirlminis. But also Instagram, Zombiegirlminis on Instagram, and you can put an underscore before the minis. I'm on Instagram, YouTube here, TikTok, Zombie Girl L on TikTok, or I think you can look me up by Zombiegirlminis. I usually stream on there. I haven't streamed there in a while. I feel bad, but I'm trying to stream more on here because this is where I sell my customs on this platform. And I don't know where TikTok is going. It's not a stable platform for selling. It's not. I mean, the bill for the band and all this other thing. So even though Whatnot takes a lot of fees, I mean, that's the cost of convenience. And I get to talk to you guys as well. So it's, I can handle it. I can handle the fees, just as long as people just buy a custom every now and then. I know they're pricey. They're worth it, just like those Cato houses and tarmacs and all those things. All right. Pipes and all those things. That is the Nova Gasser. Where's my other gasser? I'm shifting all these things about. All right. That is custom paint. But, I need to look for Lambos and more Lambos. All sorts of different Lambos. I have like 2 Countachs, but they have stance wheels and stuff, so they're still in the card. But the cars are trashed. Nobody wants trashed cards, but if you're looking at the card and not the car, I don't know. You might want to rethink of things because I take mine out. Right? Like sometimes, okay. There's I think they were from 1996, and I think they're twin turbos. I think I have them close by, but I don't know what color I want to paint them yet. But let me see. Where are they? Like they're in a case. I think I have them. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I know I have them here somewhere close by because I was just looking at them. Okay, well, they might be in my office. Anyways, I won't worry too much about them. I put them in a plastic case like this, but I have 2 of them. The door's open, but it does have a leaf spring and all sorts of plastic. So when you do drill them, make sure you have all the pieces and parts together. I just don't know what colors I want to paint it yet, but it was like purple and yellow. It did have 90s tampos on it. I mean, it's from the 90s. Not my favorite, just like that Nissan hardbody. Not my favorite tampos on there, and you can't just take it off. You can't just take it off of that premium with acetone. You'll end up taking off the paint. So I'm gonna repaint her at some point. But I drill and paint the interiors on all my, even my personal cars. Some people are like, you're nuts. Just a little bit. It's all right though. It's gonna be all right. There's that Impala. That Impala is a 1961 Impala with those lights. Has tail lights. Has those little details inside. All the details. She's pretty, man. She's pretty. Sitting on some gray wheel riders with the lenses, and they're not painted. You can see they stick out. They're hand sculpted. Like I said, I'm an artist. I customize a lot of cars, but I'm not a one-trick pony. I do paint real paintings on bigger canvases. These are just really small canvases. And wrapping cars or painting and all that stuff. It's like any like tangible thing that you are manipulating. You must make You always make sure your hands are clean, make sure your space is clean if you're restoring things, you know. And if you're like me, you want it to be perfect. And I know perfection is never going to be as perfect as you want it to be. Because we're our own worst critics, okay? Like, we beat ourselves up over our own stuff. I know. I'm terrible. I'm like, no. Everybody's like, come back. It's great. Okay, stop it. You know, sometimes you need your friends to reel you in. I just, sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. Oh, what was I doing? Oh, here's the other one. Here's the other Novogaster. I swear to goodness, like, I see a dog hair. Like, my dog hair is everywhere. Jeez. I just vacuumed before the show. Let him out, all the things. So that's why the show's at 12:30 and when it's not earlier. And he was, you know, you have to let the dog outside. And actually, it's nice, but it's still chilly out here in Salt Lake City. I mean, it wants to be spring and then it wants to be winter again. And he likes to bark at the neighbors. Likes to bark at those neighbors on those teal wheels. It's pretty, man. She's pretty. Those lights light up. But it's like, you can see it's like blue and holographic to silver. Tail lights, interiors, headlights, lenses, pipes, all the things. She's pretty. I love these are some of my favorite cars to customize. Gassers, because you can make them as wild as you want. Maybe you want to make them all dirty, like they've been through some trauma. They've been racing. Lambo in the back. Those are $25. You can pick which one you want. And all of them do glow in the black light. They all glow, all of them. But the Lambo's in the back. But you can pick which one you want. And these ones they're sitting on the cases that they come with. The pink one and the blue one are the same castings. And yes, the interior is painted. This one's the different one. But like two way different colors, same castings. But these are the only Lambos I have right now. So when you're looking for specifically, when you want to look at, all of them glow like white hot, like very hot. Even the interior. And the taillights, look at that. On, off. Yep. Lambo's in the back if you want a Lambo. Pick which one you want. There you go. $25. They do come with the case that they're sitting on top of. And I do sign all of them. I wrap them up in bubble wrap, then I wrap the cases in bubble wrap inside. I make sure they get to you safe and sound, because I don't spend all my days like mixing, painting paints like a mad scientist. And trust me, I do look like a mad scientist. My hair all up in my butcher apron with, you know, if I'm working with some really caustic chemicals, yes, I do have an N95 mask and I work in a room that's well ventilated. As you should, because yeah, you know, vapors and stuff can get you really sick, and I have been there, done that. Oh boy, here he comes. My Cooper Stanks. There he is. Are you being shy? Are you shy? That's the boy. That's the boy. Oh, what? What? You were outside just a little bit ago. I don't need you barking at the $75. Like 25 is just the starting bid. If you want all three, there I could do $75, but I cannot. I'm not dropping the price because I hand mix all those paints. All those paints. They're all truly one of a kind customs. So I mix my own paints. So like this one, all of them, unless they have a clear coat, you know, even the black. And I showed you guys this works. The stuff I use, I made it work because that was just acrylic. Run them? Okay, you got it. Thank you so much. All right, let me just change it. Edit the listing. So this will be for all three. 75. They're sick, man. They are. It's a freaking steal. But they're so pretty. All right. 20. There you go. For all three. For all three. Race Car 66 says, I want all three. See, ask and you shall receive. That's awesome. That's a great deal. They're all sexy. That's my favorite color. Oh, who's rating? Thank you so much, Race Car. Let me just take them off the auction block. Well, and I will wrap them in bubble wrap. I'm just going to put them to the side for now. But that's like my worst fear, dropping them. Oh my God. But they're no magnets, just Loctite. But I will wrap them up. I'll put the Loctite just like right there. The blue stuff. No more magnets because magnets seem, and sometimes the glue fails. Super glue fails on the insides of these cars, and then you have a rattly car. Yeah, that's no good. But you can actually take them off of there. Oop, take it off of there, and that Loctite is not going to affect anything, you know. And then you can roll them around, and these roll really well, so you don't want them to go anywhere. Just beat it up. It doesn't mess up the base. But I will make sure I wrap these up, and then I wrap the case up. And I put the little Loctite in a ball on there somewhere. Thank you so much, Race Car 66. Heck yeah. All the Lambos are gone. No more Lambos today. Or I don't think any more Lambos this week. Let me write that down. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bird got me this Lambo, but I showed you. This was on. I drilled this one the other day with a bunch of other cars, like 10 other cars. 10 other cars. Squash Valley. Squats. Like Sasquatch. Oh my gosh. I'm terrible. Sorry. And I'll get these out tomorrow. Car 66. Got those Lambos, baby. Hotness. They're all hot. They're all hot. They all glow. So I'll make sure I get those out tomorrow morning. I got lots of fun stuff. We got lots of fun stuff. That Lambo is mine. Oh yeah. Like these, I like those Malibus. Who doesn't? Like, I like those. And that is die-cast body. I do put stainless steel screws on them, but when I paint them and I sign them, they're one of a kind. I paint the interiors, or I paint the whole cars, I strip them down to the nakedness. And then I redo them. Sometimes you don't need to, though. Sometimes you don't need to. Case in point, right? Just saying, sometimes you don't, maybe, because these are hard to find. The Falcon ones, I did have a Toyota AE86. That is a drift car. If you don't believe it or not, that one is absolutely 1000% a drift car. Not Miatas were not made for drifting. Look it up. I know my stuff. I don't know all the things, but the things I know well. Where did my light go? But yeah, that's the Falcon. I collect everything Falcon related. Holly. I like all sorts of things. The which one? The white Civic Type R, please. This one? That Type R. Interior's done, side mirrors done, back one, wing, black wing on red Real Riders, headlights, fog lights, interiors. I only have one. Is that the one you're talking about? Okay, let me see. Let me change this up. But yes, everything goes out next day, unless it's Saturday, because Sunday, they don't pick up on Sundays. You got it. But they're worth it. But yeah, so this black paint, it stays. It's very nerve-wracking to work with, because if you get it on anything, make sure you take it off immediately, because it will stain your clothes. That's why I wear all black when I'm working with I was mixing that the other day. I just put this, I use this car as one of my test cars, so I'll just take some lacquer thinner and take that paint off before I stick anything into my airbrush machines. Yeah, it's fun to modify, very fun to modify, Paint those interior side mirrors, I might black out those side mirrors, but I do actually paint the mirrors chrome. Every little detail. Like this gold Liberty Walk, blacked out side mirrors. Got the tail lights. Sometimes you need to put on the brakes, man. I'm just saying. I have no more black mainline Liberty Walks, the black ones, like the silhouette S15s. But this one does have a gloss, semi-gloss coat on it. But the interior is all done. All those little details. All the little details. And as you can see, chromes. But they do light up. Nice. The lights. Check it out. Lights on, lights off. Lights on, lights off. On most of the cars, I paint and sculpt headlights on most of the cars. Some you can see better than others. Like there's that Nissan 350Z. But yeah, all the Hondas have lenses except this one. Just because putting lenses on that one, just the fluorescent green rounds it out. So, but it does have. I did do the orange. That does glow, but I like that mirrored look. But there's that back of that 1988 CRX. And I also have two types of Savannahs. We got that dark chameleon, all right, the dark chameleon. And then the neon green one is that one. All right, neon green, and the seat belts glow. And the seat belts glow blue on this one. Hopefully you guys can see it. But this one turns from like green to purple, and I think sometimes I do paint all the interiors, but you can see like they do light up. But I don't slather all the interior that color, just little details, It doesn't have to be one color. As you can see, not all of the inside glows. Just the taillights, headlights, fog lights, And I chrome that part out because it looks good, baby. I want my cars to look hyper realistic. Like you could just drive it up and there you go in your car show. In the car show. She's mean. She's mean. She's that Liberty Walk machine. All right. Sometimes you just need to take off some tampons and clear it. Add some life to it. Breathe a little life into it. Make some art. Sometimes like I said, you don't need to put them through all the paces. Sometimes you want to keep that color, right? This is what I'm working on. Hot pink one. I know it's not ready. I need something more. I need to add a couple more things. But I'm making a silhouette. Hot pink silhouette. Blacked out. This is a matte blackout. The black back wing. So I'm going to do some more things to it. Don't worry. I didn't sell her yet. Sometimes, you look back on things and you're like, I want to add something to it. Sometimes you go back and you're like, right? I mean, that's how I feel about it. The do I have any BMWs? Boy, my sweet dog. Okay. I don't have one ready at the moment. I will though. I'm working. Stop. I do have some, but they're not ready yet. I need to get wheels for them. Stop. Shh. All right, guys. My dog needs attention, or he will start pawing my back, and that hurts. That's no bueno. The 350Z, right? Isn't she cute? She's so pretty. Trust me. I want to keep it. I'm just like, sometimes I'm on the cusp of keeping things because I'm a collector too, man. It's hard to part with some of your cars. I get it. I know. I love every single car I've ever built. Even the Nissan Z Proto. Or Protos, whatever. Even that one. I think I have one. It's not my most favorite car, but it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty when she's in that color, when she's like that. When she's blue like that, shoot. You know what I'm saying? But I think it did come out in yellow, and they have the premium. I have a premium of it. Just know, it's just like the main line. That back rivet is plastic on the premium, okay? So do not drill straight through the back of that, because I've seen people do it. I've seen it happen. That's never a good thing. That's never good. This one's all blacked out. That Nissan 350Z. Somebody wants it. Actually, I might want to keep it. Because I don't come across these often. Like the Lancers, Evos, it's hard to find Skylines. Always Hondas are EGs, EFs, EK9s. Like I don't have a grip of them. I just have a couple of them. And when they're gone, they're gone. I'm working on a Datsun. So somebody bought all my Datsuns last week. All the Datsuns gone. All the Lambos gone. I mean, like I said, I also have to scrub off some other stuff, and I have other people's customs to work on today. So therefore, and somebody wanted a Ford GT in pink. Look at that. It is not done yet, but somebody was asking for it, and I did have it in the mix. So, it isn't. I'm still working on it, though. I'm still working on it. That's why it's in there. Not ready. But it looks good with those pink wheels, and I'm going to make that candy more. I'm going to spray more candy hot pink on there because I do have a pink glossy fluorescent candy. Ooh. It's hot, man. And it does take just candy paints are just dyes. They are dyes, unless you add a carrier to it and a reducer. Just know they're expensive. They're just like everything else. I was talking yesterday about the candies and acrylics are very much the same. Like, so acrylic paint is not going to stick to your die-cast cars, okay? And so this is just acrylic paint, okay? This is the blackest paint you can find. It is matte black. It is dark. it's really dark. So this is what I used to test it with, a coupe clip, but I just mixed it up, made sure I put a carrier on it. This is the carrier I used, the UVLS Createx Gloss. Also, if you're restoring windshields and stuff like that, if you know how to wet sand the shit out of it, clean it up, even if your windows are yellowing out of your cars, like the older they get, sometimes you know how the plastic turns yellow, you can fix that oxidation problem with wet sanding the shit out of it, and make sure it's all even on all sides. Degrease it, put on some clips, and airbrush this on there, but make sure it's thin. And it will come, you can restore it. You just have to know what you're doing. It's kind of like buffing out like real cars windows, right? Or real car headlights, how they yellow out. Sometimes your plastics on your die-cast cars will yellow out. But if you're wanting to know how to put spectral candy paints on there, that's how shiny you want the body, as shiny as you could be. So use that as a guide, so it's like, okay, I need it to be shiny. And sometimes these bodies, when you take off the paint, it has a lot of problems. So you have to figure out what you need to use so it evens out and levels out those problems. So UVLS gloss, that whatever acrylic you use, if you want to paint it red, I use some of this Createx, and I might add other pigments and stuff for it to make it like a pearlescent type of paint. Like I said, I mix my own paint so I can do whatever I want. Look at that. Shoot. It's a Nova wagon, baby. She's going to be lowrider. I just had to put wheels on it. She's almost done. Like I said, you want that a lowrider, you got to sand those nubbins off. Then you got to make sure you have a higher point in the axle, and make sure you have the space for those wheels, or else it's just going to sit there and look pretty. And she's not going to roll. Okay. But you can use styrene. You can use pale plastic, styrene, same thing. Hey, you can even use the plastics on it, like the M2, all that plastic on there. You can use that too. You can also sculpt it and mold it. You can use a heat gun or even a hair dryer to bend it out, so it flexes. If you want it thicker, just use a good super glue and then stack it, and then put a brick on it or something really heavy, and then let it dry, and then cut and bend accordingly. You just, because PLA plastic comes in different thicknesses. This is pretty thin, and you can also put suspension on there. So let me show you. So this is the base of the Lightning. So you're not going to have, if you want to lower it, you're not going to put it through the same hole. You want to have to put it up inside, lift it, put it up, and then put your wheels on it, but make sure you have enough clearance. Right? It's a lot of details you might run into. You're like, shit, I didn't think about that. So think about it, because sometimes, like in the Lightnings, like that red Lightning right there. So yeah, if you just put wheels on it, just regular wheels on it, it's not going to be low. You have to make it low, but you have to figure out a way to make it low. But if you put the interior back in, the windshield, hang on, get in there, windshield, please, come on, come now. Just paint those little details. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. It makes a difference. Yes, it does. So there's the base. So the base is nice and sanded down. No more stinky nubbins. Or maybe just a tiny bit. I'll scrub that down. If you don't have like a Dremel, you can use I have a gigantic file that could file through anything. Seriously. Metal, all sorts of things. Because I do have a Dremel, but sometimes you just want to use that good old elbow grease. Get some muscles. So I'm going to move that axle point up, but just make sure you have the clearance. What you see right there, it has that plastic that's inside that tailgate. Sometimes you're gonna have to cut that. All right, don't just my lesson to you is just don't cut yet. If you are starting to customize, do not be cutting your favorite cars up. Just do some cars you don't care about. Just cut up cars that you don't care about first. Practice. I have hand drill bits. I have jewelry saws, Dremels, and all sorts of things. And if you're trying to cut out doors and make dancing truck beds, boy, you're in for it. Because that's going to take you a while, and you're going to run into some issues that you may not have expected. Because dancing beds they're expensive to build. If you want one from me, it's going to be like $400. Okay, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of cutting and all sorts of things. And if you don't know what the dancing bed is, when the whole bed comes off and you can, put it in different stances, all sorts of things. They're cool. They are cool. I've made a few, but it is art. Art don't come cheap, even if it's little. The smaller it is, the more expensive it's going to be, because I have to use little tiny tools, and little tiny tools break. So always make sure you have good tools for your trade. I got these for Valentine's Day, these snap-on ones, and they cut through axles. All right, don't use your plastic flush cutters and cut in those axles, because it will break them. These are snap-on. Like this one was 70, that one was 50, but they're worth it. And if something happens to them, you get them through. I don't think you can get them at the store. I've never seen them at the store. I've seen them, but Bird works at a Subaru dealership, and the Snap-on guy comes by every week, and so that's what I got for Valentine's Day, and a bunch of cars. But I'm saying you could use different plastics. You absolutely can use the M2 plastics instead of throwing that away. It's so much plastic. Just know you can use that, especially on these older cars. Right? On the older cars, the bases, sometimes the bodies do not set on top of the car. Like the interior does not sit on top of the axles. It's just pinched in there on some of the old school, even the new school, some of the new school. Rarely, but it still happens. So if you do put wheels in there and stuff like that, and the body doesn't have anything to push it down, those wheels are just going to go back up when you screw it back together. So you can cover that with a piece of styrene plastic, or just cut a strip of plastic off one of the, you could use just any plastic, really. Just make sure you have clearance for everything else so you can fit it back together. Like, what? Some people don't know what I'm talking about, but y'all get it. It's just sometimes you think you have it all together, and then it's just like, why won't it snap on? Sometimes you run into those things when you're building customs. It doesn't sit in there all the way. You might think, just take it apart, look at everything, and be, oh, it's this, So, all right, guys, I gotta go. My dog is crying. But I'll be back on what's today? Thursday. I'll be maybe tomorrow. Maybe do pop up tomorrow. But I got some more cars to customize, and I'm gonna get race car 66 Lambos all shipped out get them out. Maybe I can get them. Oh, it's already 2 o'clock. The mailman or lady has come. So everybody that bought yesterday, thank you so much and enjoying the day. And I'll just keep going and flowing along. All right. I gotta get more JDM cars done, black out some cars, and that's just one that's just one coat of paint. But as you can see, that added with this stuff is like $20. $20. This 100 milliliters of the blackest acrylic paint is like at $23 plus shipping I've seen it go all the way up to $168 for this paint. And this paint is just acrylic. So make sure you put a carrier and a thinner and test it before you put that in your airbrush guns, because things can get all curdly. And try not to shake your paints up, because you can actually shock the paint and then it curdles up in your airbrush. Then you want to take it out immediately, turn off your machines, take off the gun, take it apart and clean it out, because you're going to have some issues. And if you're using car paint, make sure you use car paint remover. Just regular airbrush remover will not do when you're using car paint. But I use lacquer thinner, and always remember, go from light to dark when you're painting. For new painters out there, just some tips and stuff, because you don't want to start from dark to light, because maybe a little bit of black paint might be in there and then it spits out onto your car and then you're like, what the? Yeah. So light to dark, it's just, and if you want to make your cars ultra bright, maybe think about putting a chrome silver or chrome base. They do have like a silver sealer is not a top coat. It seals like the base, so it might even out those little blemishes in the die cast when you start painting it. And there's also levelers and all these other things. These car paints, they already have it in there. But when you're working with acrylic paints and stuff and making your own paints, you're going to have to be the judge of that. You're just going to have to be a mad scientist. You're going to have to fuck around and find out. But that's a good thing, because when you get the right recipe, it's on. It's awesome. So I guess. That's awesome, Henry. But I saw this paint for 1 pint of car paint. This is not car paint. This is just the acrylic. $200 for just car paint for a pint. You remember those little milk cartons that you got in elementary school? That milk. And also you want the consistency of your die cast, because I airbrush and I use paintbrushes to paint on the little details and stuff like that with little tiny tools. And also, I've never said it was this is a pain in the ass, but I do this for a living 24/7. I love building all the cars, making them all different, as you can see, way different than way different. That's that blacked out paint, but that it's not ready. Don't worry. I'm coming out with some crazy ass things, but I need, when you're airbrushing, you do you, boo. Let me tell you, because I like it really thin, because you can go, when you're doing spectral paints and dyes like this, you're gonna need maybe 4 or 5 coats, depending on how thin it is and depending on how pale your paint or dye is. And to get around the whole, having to do it, buff it out, because I don't have a bench grinder or buffer. I just use my DA machine I use on my car. But to get around it, they have chrome paints. They have chrome lacquers and bases like that, so you can make them look chrome. Absolutely, you can make it chrome. And I figured I made my own chrome paint out of nail polish lacquer. There you go. That's it. There you go. That's one of the secrets you can use. If you want to make your own spectral paints and you're not trying to buff the shit out of them and cut it and polish and all the things, because that can take hours, all right, days even. Because sometimes you got to fix those little tiny defects in the die cast, and I don't know how to nickel plate it. Well, kind of. I looked it up. I did do your research. Research everything. Because there's a whole litany of ways you can make these cars beautiful. Not just one way. Several ways to Monday, right? But you see how that car is? This is a error car. Bert got me these cars. Any older Hondas or Lancers? I don't. I'm sorry. Not yet, anyways. Not today. Just what's on the table today. Doing customs takes a while. It does take a while. But this one, you see, like, the wheels don't, like, this one, it looks like it has fenders. It does not. It does not have fenders. The R35, the wheels in the back have fenders. I'm very disappointed, Era. It doesn't mean I won't buy it, but these one actually has screws in it. I can unscrew it, take those wheels off. Want to camber them out? I can. Those wheels are thin, but also the space in there is not a lot of space to camber them out. So you might have to cut them out a little bit. Just make sure you know what you're doing before you do that. Those are expensive. They're not sealed either. So just know you can take all that paint off with 100% acetone, and if you want to take off, decals off your main lines and stuff, this one is a era car. This was not, I didn't do it. It came out of the factory like that. But yeah, seal those cars, like Tarmacs, Cato houses, M2s, none of those are clear coated. Just your premiums, just the premiums. Even some of the transports and stuff like that. Some of the transports you could absolutely take some of the decals off with 100% acetone. Just be careful. You don't want to acetone sitting on any paint. Even if it's your premiums, it will chew through your paint quickly. So you could also use a dry erase marker. Just takes a lot more time. It's a little messier, but hey, it gets the job done, and it's a lot less intrusive when you're painting your cars or trying to take decals off cars because maybe you just want all yellow paint. Maybe you don't want the police on it, right? Maybe you don't want police on it. So you can use dry erase markers. It just takes a little time and patience and a lot of Q-tips. Get yourself a whole bunch of Q-tips because you're going to need it. And cotton balls and all sorts of things. Microfiber cloths and blah, blah, blah. You guys know, it's a lot. I could talk all day, day and night about it. And I do sometimes. But I'm going to black out some cars. It's going to be fun. Blacking out cars is awesome. Black is one of all white, all black, or just, painting in general. It's tough because you could absolutely see every flaw in all black, all white, or, any just one color car. Even if you put tampos on it, you can see cut lines. It lets you know what you're doing. You need to put a clear coat on it, or sometimes those tampos will flake off over time and fall off your car. I know. I've done experiments and I've been building these things forever. So but it's fun to do. You live and you learn and you get better in time. But, there's a candy paint right there. But yeah, that's a lot of cutting and polishing. That is true raw paint with my very own candy color. I mixed myself. She's very pretty. That's a Hemikuda, but I need to grind down the base a little more and then find wheels for it. But the interior's already done. Just grinding them down, and I'm just, I'm gonna make her into a lowrider too. Shit, she looks good. I bet she'll look good as a lowrider. Why not? I think that would look. I think that looks sexy. I like to make lowriders out of wagons, out of anything and everything. Or maybe I want it monster truck style, right? Monster truck. That's a Mazda. A Mazda. Oh my gosh. I would say Mazda's Kazam, but it's not that. It's a Autozam with just truck wheels. Those are rubber tires, and those are big fat axles. But anyways, my dog is crying, so I must attend to him. I'm gonna get everybody's stuff out. So check out the buy it now, and I check that out throughout the day. So if you order something today, it will go out tomorrow. But you guys have a good one, and let me just make sure I'm following y'all. And I got some Hondas to work on, some Chevys to work on, M2s to work on, other people's customs to work on. Like I said, just a short show today. Just have fun with yourselves. Have a great day. I appreciate y'all for coming. And if you have questions, all you have to do is ask. And if I missed one of your comments, I'm sorry. I'm just a one-person show. I'm the girl that does the customs. Your girl Zombiegirlminis. Check me out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Okay. And there's other places as well, but Instagram and TikTok and here, and also on YouTube. So I'll see you guys again probably tomorrow. I might do a pop-up tomorrow, but definitely on Saturday. I'm going to try to start a little earlier for all my East Coast friends and fam. I got family. I'm from the East Coast, so I'll try to start earlier because by the time I come on at 10:30 p.m., it's already 12:30 a.m. on the East Coast. So I'll try to start a little bit earlier because some of y'all have to work on the weekends. That sucks. Unless you love what you're doing, then is it really work? Yes, it is still work because you still have to work and pay the bills. All right, guys. I love you guys. Have a good one. Let's raid someone. Let's raid him. Raid. Let's see who's on here that I know. Who's in here? I don't know. Pool Wax? Do I know him? Not really. RDDC Market. Let's go. Let's show some love over there.